flips from quarter to quarter, so it ain't.
Exactly. It is a little strange, when you look across and don't see the benches. You got the seats all separated, and we have to go by the rules of social distancing, and
And we're on the side where everybody's sitting too. So
right.
what you see on the camera is there are some people here. They're just on our side of the gym. So.
Right. And it is a boy-girl doubleheader. I guess we need to mention that to folks. Don't go anywhere after the boys' game. The girls are actually opening up tonight too against Hazard.
Right.
So we'll see
and
how
I
that
think,
works out too.
And Coach Bertel's kind of got a young team, don't he?
Yeah. And this will be our first game, and you've got all the pregame jitters and all that. And Hazard comes in here having played 4 ball games, so the Hazard girls actually have got 4 games under their belt.
Well, I guess we're about ready to get rolling here.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Mr. William Sexton, Superintendent of Clay County Public Schools, Mr. Mike Gregory, Principal of Clay County High School, welcome to Keith Gymnasium for tonight's basketball action between the Eagles of Leslie County and your Clay County Tigers.
So I guess we're going to have the anthem coming up.
At this time, would you please rise and move your hats to honor America with a presentation of colors and the playing of our national anthem. Camilla Gregory, a senior at Clay County High School, will lead us in a pregame prayer.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, we thank you for allowing us to gather together and enjoy the sport we love. Thank you for allowing everyone to get here safely tonight. Please bless all the athletes tonight and keep them safe. Please keep everyone safe and healthy tonight. Please bless everyone on their way home. Thank you for all you do for us. Amen. Now for the starting lineups. For the Leslie County Eagles, starting at guard number 12, Trent Days. Starting at guard number 24, Kobe Bowling. Starting at forward number 33, Jason Baker. Starting at center number 3, Trey Acker. And starting at guard number 13, Wyatt Hensley. And the head coach for the Eagles, Coach Justin Rice. And now the starting lineup for your Clay County Tigers.
Starting guard, a senior, number 14, Cole Garrison. Starting at forward, a senior, number 32, Tate Palmer. Starting at forward, a senior, number 4, Raven Abner. Starting at guard, a senior, number 20, Connor Farmer. And starting at guard, a senior, number 5, Connor Robinson. And the head coach of the Clay County Tigers, Coach Glenn Gray.
Get rolling here.
Should be an interesting matchup.
I was trying to check along there and keep these numbers straight. We didn't. I thought I caught them all, but
Hey, Clay County won the toss.
it's looking that way. So we do want to remind everybody once again as we begin that we apologize for any stream quality as we go. That's a good way to start.
1 for 1. Raven Abner.
I'll try to keep up with all that as we go here, but nice active hands. And just like that, we're off to a 5-point lead here for the Tigers off the hands of their defense.
I don't think we could have started much better than that.
No. And it's always good to get points off your defense too. So they've come out hot, Ed.
Oh, man.
So we've got a couple
3
threes.
for 3. Tate Farmer showing his range. Of course, he's an excellent shooter. We've all seen that.
Leslie County's having a little bit of trouble with the pressure there, but there's that driving action that we talked about. Got a little bit sped up on that one, Ed. So
Pass was a little bit behind him. I think what people, Raven Abner is one of those deceptionally long arm guys. You know, he gets his hands on a lot of balls. He's perfect for this type of being out on the point on defense.
And Leslie has hit the board with the 3, so
that's Day. That's their leading scorer.
but you know, if we keep them out of the paint and we make them rely on that shot.
Well, you gotta like their chances. They take some threes, but now they're usually just open with their feet set.
But
other than that, they're going to drive it.
And on the flip side, Clay County right now is they're settling for threes too. So
that's the big boy. Quickly back 8-5.
yeah, 8-point lead dwindled to 3 in a hurry, just about as quick as we got it. It's nice to see a kid pull up and shoot with confidence like that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's that little jump shot that
They called him for steps.
that always works. But again, we want to welcome everybody if you're just joining us. We're just a few minutes into the first quarter. We've got the Tigers up right now 10-5. They opened up 8-zip. And then Leslie went on a 5-0 run, and then the Tigers came back and scored a couple. So that should get you pretty well caught up. Farmer with another 3. That's 2.
Bottom.
So we're just a few minutes into the game, and the Tigers have already made 3 3-pointers. So, And to be honest with you, Ed, they've not even been close to not going in.
Oh, no, bottom of the net.
So we've got a foul on that shot. So it was a shooting foul, so we've got a couple shots coming. That'd be Farmer's first foul and the first foul of the game, actually. So
4.5 to go in the first quarter.
So number 12 is their leading scorer, is that right?
Yes, Day. Nice move there.
Nice aggressive move to the basket.
It's Robinson's second basket.
Little erratic there, but that was a nice feed. He drew the defense and dumped the ball off and drew the foul. And unfortunately for the Tigers, that's Connor Farmer being hit with his second foul of the game. I don't think they want him in foul trouble this early in the game if I was a betting man. So he rattled the second one in, and we've got a 15-8 game. Nice pass. That was a nice pass. Had good court vision. Kicked the ball up the floor. Got a nice, easy layup. You like the easy basket, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Good hands again. You caught it on Abner with, I think that might be the first three they've missed tonight.
Yeah. He had a good look, just missed it.
You know, different coaches have different philosophies about three-point shots. But sometimes, you know, if you've got faith in your players and they've got open shots like this, you want them to take it. Yeah.
That's Robinson.
So he hits
He's
the three.
He's off to a great start.
I
I believe that's 9 points.
I'm trying to keep up with several things, but that's not one of them. you may have to do that in your head, but we have had.
Well, if he gets 30, I may be in trouble.
Right.
But I think he's had 3 2-point baskets and a 3-pointer, so I believe that is 9 points for him.
So that was a Leslie County timeout.
20-8, Clay County's opened up a 12-point lead. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
I think Coach Rice just need to get his guys over and
well, they're probably a little shocked. Clay County's shooting about 90% right now.
Try to stop the bleeding a little bit. I'm sure he's challenging his guys to contest those shots a little better because
and get back on defense.
Right,
you know, there was no excuse for, you know, having almost a 3/4 length pass underneath the bucket for Robinson to get a layup. You don't want to see that.
That makes for a long night.
Yeah, you don't want to see that as a coach.
Yeah, we've got a block. So we've got the third team foul for the Tigers, and the Eagles have no fouls. So far,
now they do.
Right. And so far, they've done a pretty good job of keeping Day out of his element a little bit, out of his game.
Right.
Making life hard on him a little bit, I think. That was a tough shot.
Well, I mean,
he's got the strength.
He's one of the best players in the region.
Right,
I mean,
to get through that.
He's always been right there.
Well, to answer my question before the game started, Ed, I've not seen any sanitized.
No. Now, they may have wiped it off at, the timeout. I actually didn't look over there.
So maybe they'll do like you said they did for volleyball. I don't know. that would get rough.
Oh, that would be bad.
That was a long three, and he nails that one. So that's his.
I think that's 14. Second three-pointer. I believe that's 14 points for him here early.
That's some more.
That's the way you start your senior year, isn't it?
Exactly.
Ooh.
All right, so
that's a defense.
That time the call went in the favor of the Tigers, so we've got a player control foul and.
Player control foul hits me. That's his first team second.
Robinson with a good defense there. Took the charge.
I'll tell you something too you want to see early is how some clock management stuff we're getting down, like, as the quarter comes to an end, just to see how poised they can be, in protecting the ball and taking good shots.
I believe that's his first three-point miss, and that thing went halfway down.
He was a good piece out on the floor right there, and I know.
As they say, that was an NBA three.
Yeah, I was going to say Leslie's coach can't be happy with that foul. I think that foul was a number 14 of John Buckle, if our roster is correct over here. So as far as this team and what they've done so far, they've played our district opponent, in Jackson County, one of our fellow district teams, and they won that game against Jackson County by 3 points.
Right. Yeah, we get to see Jackson County next week at Jackson County.
Boy, I still remember it rocking and rolling at the old gym at Jackson County.
No. There was some battling going on more than one way.
I remember I remember getting bottles thrown at me. Game's getting a little bit sped up.
I think that Coach Gregg's gonna play a little more up tempo. I think he's got the good shooters, and if they can beat the other team down the floor, I think he knows he's got that type of team.
I think he's always kind of favored that higher energy, type of ball when he's got the players to do it.
Right.
I know he was a big fan of Rick Pitino, as a coach.
They can't play him with 3 other substitutes now.
Careless with the basketball out front, and it leads to 2 points on the other end for the Eagles.
It's Hibbard running the point for the Tigers. Sophomore guard.
We just saw him hit some big shots in the JV game down the street.
He's the one that made the 2 free throws to win it.
How about Robinson's ability just to finish plays,
Man. Nice ball player.
The foul's on Bowen. That's his first team fourth. At the line, shooting 1, Robinson.
Of course, every time he hits the floor, I think Tiger fans hold their breath. They just don't want to see another injury.
No, that's the last thing you want to see out of especially kids that's in their last, in their senior season and stuff.
Right.
You just want them to have the best opportunities and the best go.
You're right.
Still going aggressive to the basket there, Eddie.
Yep. 30-11. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. I'm a little bit surprised, but now Clay County has really come out playing well. They really have.
That's a really good quarter of basketball when you score.
Well, that means we're going to average 120 this game. So
that was a long three there for Day. So that's kind of what we was expecting to see. I think he kind of hooked him a little bit there when he was trying to take him out the dribble.
It's Brady Wolf, number 25.
And that goes back to what I was talking about a few minutes ago. When you get to the end of these quarters, you know, if you treat every quarter like it's the end of the game, you know, you're always getting that end game scenario going on.
That's right.
So at the end of one, we've got just I don't know what else to call it other than an avalanche of scoring by the Tigers with 30 points, and then the Eagles with 14. So we finished the first quarter with a 16-point lead. And
played well, shot the ball well.
Yeah.
They got back on defense. They took a charge. They rebounded the ball pretty good. Kept Leslie County out of the paint, which is where they like to kind of live. And it's just been a nice quarter of basketball. We've all shot the ball well.
And we're pretty active on the defensive end and got a few easy buckets out of that. Caught, like you said, caught Leslie County spectating a little bit and got those easy layups. You know, I always feel like success just breeds success, and when you're having, you know, success out of your defense, it just spills over into your offense.
Oh, absolutely. Points off turnovers are huge in the game of basketball.
And you know, there's something too, Ed, that defense is one of those things that you can do every night out. That's an effort thing. You don't have to be hitting shots to be great at defense.
No.
You just have to have the right attitude and just have that.
I don't think many coaches want to have to win 95-94. You know, they'd like to keep the defensive pressure up and just play good, solid offense, make your shots when you got them. But the main thing is you're right. Just play good, solid on defense. Hit the boards. Rebounding. One of the biggest reasons why people win.
Because shots are not always going to fall.
Oh no.
And just like these easy layups that we've seen in this first quarter, that comes straight out of the defensive effort. They got active hands. Farmer created that whole series of events right there. Could have very well ended up with 2 points on this end again out of defense.
So Clay County's trying to play a little matchup.
This is the guy here they want to try to put it on some of these other guys that have to get the job done. Might be a little bit of a frustration foul under the basket there.
The foul on Bowen, that's his second, team fifth.
It's not been an official dominated game, which is good to see when you're a sports fan, instead of having to whistle blow every time down the floor. They're letting them play a little bit. Hope I didn't jinx it.
Well,
I don't see any wood up here. I would knock on it, but so far,
just knock on Mitch's head there. That out the back.
That's about a solid wood.
Back covered.
That's close to a wood object there.
I like that guy's shoes, man.
Well, now he'll wake you up.
I reckon it will. That was interesting.
Yes, I thought that was.
Can we go to a replay?
No, but we can zoom in on the shoes.
There we go. So he's overturned the call. So.
Oh, there we go. That was a good overturn.
Yeah, that was a pretty obvious situation, I thought. But
I thought I lost my glasses earlier, but I had them on this time, and I could see that one. So
Leslie County is applying a little defense on the inbounds play and forcing another out of bounds. So we move the ball to the other side of the court and try it again. And it worked. So
same play on the other side.
we just flip it around, try it that way.
Basket by Connor Farmer.
Again, for those of you that might just be joining us, we're in the second quarter here. The Tigers are up 32-14, and we just want to make sure that everybody understands that we may or may not be streaming at the quality that we would like, but we are going to be working. That was a nice
up and
scoop
under
shot
move there.
yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
But we will be trying to get a high definition version uploaded later so you can watch it in all of its glory and in its entirety. I just want to tell you guys, you do a great service for our school here by doing this, and it's we appreciate you all for what you did for us over Christmas there with the theater program and all that too. So.
Oh, I wanted to tell you what kind of positive feedback I got from that when I got it on television, and people were really asking me out in the community when I was going to show it again. So that's always a good sign.
You know, and I was a little. I didn't know exactly how it would be received but it was that was written by one of our students, or actually three. There was three of them that worked together on it, and they started working on it on their own up at the salt work stage, and kind of pitched it to me to do something with it. So I was glad to see them take that initiative.
Yeah. Oh, it was excellent. No, and it was pieced together in a manner that was safe for all the students. Is what I was marveled at myself. You know, it was.
That was a challenge. You know, I mean, imagine trying to orchestrate a basketball game and keeping 6 feet between you. But we made that a priority when we were doing that. So. Kid strong in the paint.
Yeah.
He's battling. But
he's a big boy, too.
Making life hard enough on him. The shots just not falling. There's Farmer for another three. As hot as we started, Ed, we've cooled off just a little bit.
Bastards kind of got a lid on it. Which Farmer was open. I don't think he realized how open he was, and then he hesitated and then tried to regather himself. So that type of move usually creates a miss.
Get you out of
the rhythm.
Rhythm a little bit. Yeah. Nice looking shot off the charity stripe there.
Landon Hensley, his first points. Two for two on the year.
So the Tigers have Corbin tomorrow. Is that right? Is that right, or the girls? When's it? I'd have to look on the schedule. Yeah.
I see. No, the girls are going to Redbird.
Yeah, the guys will be playing Corbin here.
And the girls are going to Redbird tomorrow night.
Give that kid credit for not giving up on the play and getting an offensive rebound. It usually ends up in an easy shot when you get those offensive rebounds. So we've added another three to the list, and that's Abner's second.
Abner's, yep, he's got two now. Raven can get hot with anybody. Remember him in the YMT there last year. Good gosh. He went berserk. I think he had like 18 or 20 in the first half.
You know, it seems like they're, as of right now, they're managing to keep their energy up pretty good. You wonder about their, their stamina and how much they can hold out,
Yeah.
Could be a factor late in the game.
As I say, so far so good. 37-18. 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the half. Both teams will be in the bonus.
Who did he call that foul on?
That was on Abner.
Okay.
Raven thought he had a clean block, but evidently he got him.
Well, it's always a clean block when it's you.
Well, that is true.
I don't think you're going to argue that you fouled a guy much. But for a first outing, it's definitely been a fairly positive event for the Tigers. Obviously, there's some things that they're going to
try to clean up.
Going to want to clean up.
Right.
Some of the ball handling and things. But that's to be expected, early on. And I'll be honest with you, Ed, I've been a little bit surprised that they've shot as much from the outside as they have. Even you just always feel like it's going to go in when he lets go of it.
Yep.
You feel like it's got a real good chance of going in.
Yeah, if it's late in the ball game, I think I just let Connor Robinson shoot it. No offense to anybody else, just
it's
he
good.
would be my pick.
It's good that you've got guys that you can depend on like that, but it's just like with Kentucky right now. I mean, who do you put whose hand do you put the ball into in the game with them? I mean, they've tried Sarr, and you see where they're at with that, but it's good to have that guy. You know that you got to have that guy.
You're right.
But you were talking about Shepard over at North, and what I remember about him, and you alluded to it earlier, but I just remember him playing with such a poise and he let the game come to him. He didn't rush things. He didn't force things to happen. It seemed like he just played with a pace.
Yeah, he does. That describes him perfectly. He don't get sped up. The game don't get fast. He slows it down, stays under control.
But these guys here played together for so much. They seem to be comfortable with each other. And
well, just about everybody out there's been playing since, I guess, 7th grade together?
Yeah. I guess that's why he's a leading scorer at it.
Right. And Robinson and Farmer, Connor Farmer, played at Manchester Elementary School. So, they've been playing together for a long time.
That was a tough angle to try to feed that ball to the post there. But they were fortunate to get a foul on the play.
Held him a little bit.
I thought they'd help me out a little bit over here on the board, putting the player number, because with these headphones on, it's hard to hear.
Right.
So when it ain't our guy, it's kind of hard to tell who's putting the foul on. But I guess all we know at this point is that there is 18 fouls. So we're a minute away from the end of the first half, and 2 fouls away from
The double bonus.
double bonus.
Got Brady Wolf out on the point of the defense. That would be hard to throw over.
That was definitely a forced shot. You know, honestly, it seemed like he got through the defense and was wide open, really, just to go up and put it off the glass. But he
sometimes you shock yourself on how.
Sometimes
how
you just
open
get too open. There's Robinson again.
Another floater.
If he gets in the paint, man, he's going to find a way to score.
He has over 20 for the half. Another hustle play.
So here's where you'd like to see them be mindful of the clock. And of course, when the clock gets stopped, I guess it don't matter, does it?
All right.
So it's looking like probably going to end up with 14. If we get the ball back, we possibly could end up with 16 or 17 points for the quarter, and that's not a bad quarter. But that first quarter, gee whiz, I mean.
Yeah, on fire.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, that was a nice move.
That's
a drop step there.
He got around him.
Get in. Oh.
That was a nice effort, though.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed seeing that.
Nice pass.
He could have,
he
could have pulled up and jacked up a 3 right there, but he kept that play alive and kept moving. Well, I feel like I want to go down to the book and get some numbers to share with people, but. I guess at this point we're going to take a short break, go into standby mode here, but we want to once again thank you for watching Southeast Kentucky Network and Tiger Basketball. Remember, this is also ours on Cats TV, and we were hopefully are looking to get a high definition posted video a little bit later to make up for some of the live stream quality that we might have been suffering throughout the broadcast so far. So we're hoping to get that better. But at the end of the first half, we got the Tigers at 44 and the Eagles coming in at 25. And it was just a great start for the Tigers, and we're looking forward to this next half. All right, welcome back to the Southeast Kentucky Network, where we have the Clay County Tigers about at the halfway point here with the Leslie County Eagles. The Tigers lead right now 44-25. We just want to do a real quick recap of the first half of play, and Clay County was led and scored by Robinson. Connor Robinson came in with 24 points. That was quite the outing for a first half of a season opener, I think, for the senior.
He shot it from outside. He drove the ball. Looked good.
And Raven Abner chipped in with 6. Connor Farmer come up with 4. Pretty even scoring after that. Tate Farmer was 6. And we had Wolf, Brady Wolf with 2. And then Landon Hensley also hit a couple free ones there for his 2. And on the other side of the ball, we had Leslie County. Probably no surprise, but being led 1 point to his favor as the leading scorer was Trent Day. He had 8. Kobe Bowling came in with 7 there. Jason Baker had 4. Trey Abner with 4, and then Wyatt Hensley come in with 2 there. That was their 25. And Clay County's 44, and we're ready to roll with the second half as the Tigers have the ball to start the half. Let's see if they can keep that momentum from the first half going, Ed. It'll be interesting to see.
Well, sometimes when you build a big lead, it's easy to kind of just, lose your focus or concentration. But hopefully they don't do that. Hopefully they'll just keep playing.
He's a hard guy to stop. He drives with that. He comes across that paint with that power about him, and had a couple guys there that were doing their best, but drew the early foul. It's always good to get those second chance opportunities. He about had the corner, I think, Ed, if he'd have kept penetrating.
I think one more dribble, he was there.
I think he had it, yeah. Like you said, sometimes you get yourself more open than you realize.
Nice backdoor cut, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yep. Clay County's come out a little bit flat compared to that first half. But like we was talking about, you come out with a little defensive intensity, you can get yourself back in the groove real quick, like denying that shot. It's almost a duo effort there on the block. He was delivered the mail with that one, wasn't he?
I think that was an NBA move.
Like you said, buddy.
I think they would have thrown me out of the game for that one if I.
Yeah, when that whistle's not blowing, it don't mount to nothing, does it? You can nice aggressive move, but it just rims out on him there.
I think Clay County started out 0 for 5 this half.
Yep, that's quite the opposite of the first half.
Yeah, we started out like 5 for 5 in the first half. Clay County yet to score in the opening 2 minutes.
A lot of I guess We're calling a foul there on. I guess that was a foul on Abner there.
Looked like he did push him with his offhand.
No, that was
good call.
That was his second foul. Yeah, we got not necessarily some overwhelming foul trouble or anything at this point, but
well, we've played 2 minutes and 20 seconds in the third quarter, and there's been a grand total of 2 points scored so far.
And it was Leslie.
Not by us.
It was Leslie County at that. And you know, like you said, when you have a great first half like that, it's a mental thing, you know, to get yourself prepared to come back out that second half and play, you know, to match the intensity that you have.
Right. Well, as Coach G was talking about there at halftime, as Coach G would say, the most useless thing in the world is a halftime score.
It don't really count for nothing, does it?
Yeah. They don't say, well, we won one half.
He just kind of got where he wanted to go on that one, didn't he?
That's Leslie County. That's what they've been doing. That's what they want to do. They want to score in the paint. So far, so good for them. They scored only 4 points in the quarter.
There's a, you know, I think some of the early season stuff is not protecting the ball.
Right.
You know,
I know, but I would have thought this in the first half, not
right,
necessarily
yeah,
the second half.
They've had a couple of possessions here where they've allowed Leslie to disrupt them, and then basically standing with the ball and not protecting it. And just like that,
13-point lead.
cut it to a 13-point game. You know, you let a team start getting that feeling, you know, like that they're in the game, and they are at this point, and things can change in a hurry. And the lid continues to be on it for the Tigers, as we've seen.
0 for 7?
You know, wouldn't it be something for them to have the quarter they had the first quarter and then come back third quarter and have a
throw a goose egg?
Yeah. Hopefully that's not going to happen, but you know.
No.
That's his third foul, so you know things are getting kind of sketchy a little bit there. Clay
County's a little flat-footed.
Yeah,
they've not protected the rim very good, and they've kind of stood there and let Leslie County drive by them.
And then they're, you know,
one thing we always know about Leslie County, whether they have a great team or a mediocre team, they're going to play hard. They're not going to quit.
They're going to keep pounding on you,
they just
and
keep
then
playing.
Sometimes on defense when you don't, maintain your position and get a little bit physical under the goal there, fighting for the ball. But Leslie, you got to give them credit. They kept that play alive. You know, That should have been a.
Well, they're out hustling right now because they're getting every loose ball.
That should have been
they're getting hands
an
on their
easy
passes.
rebound.
Yeah.
Should have been an easy rebound for the Tigers, but they give up an offensive rebound, and Leslie right now is winning the battle this quarter. So we're not going to see a goose egg, so that's always great. So maybe that'll get them fired up, get them rolling a little bit here.
It's his 27th of the night. He's got more than half of them.
Still driving it to the hole. Got that offensive rebound, second chance, puts it on. Clay County seems like they're kind of running just maybe a little bit too fast right now. Yeah, they might need to get themselves under control a little bit, because as the game goes on, that fatigue, that stamina issue might kick in a little bit. It makes plays like that harder pull off. That's about the third offensive rebound in a row.
Exactly what I was getting ready to say. It
And
was about the third offensive putback.
And they've scored, every time.
They've cut it to 11, 47-36.
It would appear, Ed, as though their coach may have gotten through to them a little bit there at the halftime mark. The score might not have meant so much, but I'm sure what he had to say did.
Right. Well, you know, all coaches, they just want you to play your best game. They want you to play hard. Don't want you to give up. Most people say, don't look at the scoreboard. Just play every possession and we'll see what happens. Looks like the defensive pressure has picked up a little. They may realize they're going to be in a dogfight here after all.
Like I said,
that would be a walking call.
Yeah, he's had a few different moves that he's thrown on him out there.
He's a big boy when he gets going. He's
can't
ready. Stop.
He's ready to go to the rack.
He is.
So we've definitely had a little bit more action out of the three officials this half too, so it makes that. So we've got one there with 3 fouls and bowling there for the Eagles.
Nice the elbow.
Shot.
Good, nice pick right there. It's kind of a
it's like an unsung hero. Those guys that get you open for those.
Oh, that's right. He made a nice cut right to the elbow and buried it. Got 29 for Connor, I believe.
He forced him down deep in the corner there, and he mishandled the ball a little bit, and Tigers got it back. So again, there we got a deep three.
I think that's the third time he's been, or the second.
Yeah, that's the second at least.
Second time he's been fouled on 3-point attempt.
Yep. You know, as a coach, and you start doing the math and you start looking at things, that's potentially 6 points.
The rule of thumb is you never foul a jump shooter. And you especially don't want to foul a guy shooting that just shot a 24-footer.
Yeah.
That's 3 free throws.
Yeah, because that was like a 3+ shot, I think. He was a little bit beyond the arc. I still like those shoes, man. Yeah. He needs like some of those blinking lights on there, you know.
Oh, he's got the place lit up. I noticed a couple of Leslie County players have those on.
Just aggressive, man.
Oh,
aggressive move to the basket.
That's nice.
Yep. Yeah, I think that justifies the shoes.
That was a nice move.
He threw 3 quick ones on the board.
Clay County up by 15. They kind of weathered the storm, played a little bit better here in the last little bit. Of course, most of the scoring, I guess, has been done by Robinson.
I don't think they really got going very good until about the 4-minute mark or so. Moved just a little bit there at the tail end of the pick. I thought he was okay right there, and just at the end he kind of made that call an easy one.
3 right here by Leslie would go a long way toward their goal of getting back in this thing.
They've got it in the man's hands. He put it in the hole. You know, he's not the tallest kid in the world, but he gets to the paint and scores in the lane.
Yeah, he can finish.
So Robinson has just continued to pile on the points. And you know, we talked about Shepherd, Ed, and I'm not sure that Connor's not going to approach those type numbers tonight if this keeps up.
He has a big quarter he's going to get there, isn't he?
Yeah. It won't even have to be a huge quarter for him. I think he
got 33.
Somewhere in that range. So, I mean, well, you know, if he's got the ball a lot in his hands and they start fouling, you know, he could possibly get some easy ones here, you know.
I was thinking he was the only person that scored for us that quarter. I could be wrong.
I think he may have been. Yeah,
I think he was. Of course, yeah, I mean, we've got a great ball player in Connor Robinson, but, you know, you don't want to see it have to every bit rely on him. And, you know, and some of it's just what the defense is giving you. But now he's more aggressive, you can tell, this year. You know, he's going to shoot it.
Well, when you got a player like that, you don't, as a coach, I know you don't want to see them passing up, you know, open looks. And you don't want them to necessarily be selfish, like you say, to the point that they're not engaging the rest of the team or whatever, but you don't want them passing shots up that they can make either.
Well, that's right.
So that's, you know, that's part of what you're trying to do is
usually
get
in every possession you're going to get one really good look. And if you're fortunate, if you move the ball side to side, you might get 2. But, you know, once you get that good open look, you know, that's probably the shot you need to take.
And, you know, as you play teams that start to kind of figure you out a little bit, they're probably going to shut that down quite a bit earlier on you, and that'll open the game up for other people too, just
right.
Him being able to do that. So
yeah. This is our first game of the year. Leslie County's 4th, so they've got a little experience on their side here starting out the year.
he could hit that shot. He was open enough, so you want him to take that, I would think. You know, we probably when you've got a lead and they've cut it back to 13 here, but when you've got a lead, the last thing you want to do is be giving them those.
Well, you don't want to stop the clock and give them free
yeah.
shots. That's right. Connor Farmer taking it to the hoop hard.
At this point in the game, if they could just continue to be aggressive and drive, Leslie County's going to, you know, they're going to do everything they can to prevent them from scoring. So most likely leads to fouls. You want to keep being aggressive and get to the free throw line and then make your shots and maintain your lead. He tried to save it in bounds there. I guess he stepped on the line just as he got to the ball there.
Well, one thing Clay County's going to be a little disappointed in, the coaching staff, would be the rebounding stats. But now, if you look on the KHSAA website and look at the rebounding for Leslie County, they do pound the glass.
There's a three. They're the closest they've been in a long time. It's 57-47. And Trenton Days really started coming on. And outside of Robinson right now, the Tigers have been pretty cold. I don't know what. We got a technical on the floor here. So
I didn't see what he did. He was trying to save the ball from out of bounds. Evidently, he thought he was inbounds.
You know, sometimes
you say the wrong thing at the exact wrong moment.
Murmurings in the shadows lead to those technicals. But you know what?
He teed him quick, so whatever he said was the wrong
must have
thing.
been extreme enough. But you know, the thing about it is you know, you don't want that. You don't want that at this point in the game.
Oh no!
And
They've just had cut it to 10.
You cut it to 10, and now you're
gave us 2 free ones and the ball,
which is. I don't think it's a secret that Trent Day wants the ball.
Yeah.
And he's
been solid all year.
He wants it, and he's been pretty effective with it when he's had it in his hands. He drives aggressive. He's hit the outside shot, so he's done his part tonight, I think. And, you know, that's a tough spot for a kid to be in on any team is when they're relied on, you know, to be that guy every night, you know.
Yep.
Well, the Tigers did a real good job that possession of really forcing Leslie County to burn quite a bit of clock on that. So,
right.
I mean, that turned into a little bit longer possession, and I'm sure they won at this point in the game. I know if it was economically feasible that the shot clock would have already been, you know, it would have already been a part of high school basketball, but that was a nice look.
Yeah. Nice bucket. That's the way you do it. That looked good.
Contested shot. Find a way to wheel it in.
Got another one in the paint.
We've just crossed the 5-minute threshold, so they're still pounding, and we give up that offensive rebound, and there you go. So they cut it back to 10. And
we're getting killed on the glass.
We're giving up way too many offensive rebounds. I know as Farmer hits the pull up. It's real tough when you're Leslie County, though. I know that's a high percentage shot in the paint, but when you're trying to come back and the clock's working against you, you can't afford things like that to happen. You know,
no turnovers.
With turnovers, and you know, you might need to knock down an outside shot or two.
If it happens, it'll probably be Day.
Yeah, he's already made one
Mm-hmm.
not too long ago. So if he gets the right look, so I guess Clay Candy's got that. That'll be their. I'm sure they're going to talk about it right here, but that'll be one of their focus points, I think, for the last 4 minutes, is to try to keep him tapped down if they can.
Right. 4 minutes and 5 seconds left in the contest.
But I think, the Tigers need to remember they're in the lead and just keep being aggressive going to the hole. That if we don't need to settle so much for the outside shot, try to be more aggressive and draw fouls and get to the free throw line.
Yeah. I hope he's talking to him about boxing them off the board and not letting them get these second chance buckets.
Yeah, there's not a lot of blocking out going on.
I think they've got. I think I've counted up 7 putbacks this half.
Yep.
7. That's a lot of offensive rebounds.
That's the lead we had. You lose that lead with that, and you work your tail off on defense, and then you give it away by letting them have an offensive rebound and an easy putback, and then that kind of deflates you a little bit.
Exactly right. We are at Bobby Keith Gymnasium. Home with the Tigers. Season opener for both the Tigers and Lady Tigers tonight.
Coach Keith was a great motivator, and I don't think it always just stopped with the players. He used to motivate me when I did PA.
Oh,
yeah. He would always come over to let me know how good he thought I was doing, and it feels good when somebody brags on you a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I could understand.
Yeah, if I'd been sitting in the stands and he said, "Go get me a Coke," I'd just run to the store and got him one.
It's definitely been a little bit different without him being with us. So
yeah. Probably the best ever. Looks like we've tried to make a little effort here to get the ball in the paint a little bit more.
Yep. And that's exactly what they need to do. Because I feel fairly confident in their ability to convert free throws. So this goes what I was saying earlier. Robinson, if he's a little bit aggressive right here, he'll end up with a very, very. He's already got an impressive night, but what it could be here.
There's your 3 you was talking about.
And there it is, yep. The thing for Leslie County on the flip side of things is they've got to stop the Tigers on the defensive end, and Connor with another shot in the paint there.
Good assist got in there by
So
Trey.
they can't trade baskets with us for the next 3 minutes.
No.
So just he had the right idea.
I think we've got a cramp issue
Yeah, he's
here.
grabbing his ankle or his calf there a little bit, but yeah, it's like I say, man, it's been a long layoff for these kids, and it's hard to, to be conditioned at a game level like this.
Clay County with 5 seniors on the floor.
It's we're usually a month and a half or something close into end of the season at this point, and over the
battle tested in Christmas holiday tournaments.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So usually there's you've had several games at this point.
Oh yeah.
So it just makes you wonder what the postseason's going to look like. Some of them may just be hitting their stride about that time. It could get interesting, I guess.
Exactly.
Wide open. That was a nice look up the floor. Nice court vision.
Robinson looked ahead, and Tate was wide open. Nobody got back.
He just
You
went
need
over.
those easy buckets, you know,
Yeah.
in the game.
Especially
basketball.
when they're trying to put any pressure on you, know, to get out over top of that and get that easy layup. Man, that was a long one there. He was right over there with hot lips with that one.
That was way out.
He shot that from the scores table.
That's Steph Curry range there. Well, it hit nothing but the bottom of the net. Kay Wood would have said string music on that one.
Has anybody ever come up with a better name for a basket that just hits the net than string music?
No. Nope. He was the best. I used to turn the TV down just so I could listen to him call the game.
I always liked string music.
Oh, yeah.
We refrain from referring to it as a trifecta. Trifector.
Yeah.
Maybe a trifecta-rama. There's another one of those easy. I know it's late in the game, but I would say Coach Gray's still going to point these things out to his team. But
yeah, this is the kind of thing, and got Corbin tomorrow night.
right, that's where it's
These
at.
are the kind of things that you got. You got very little time to work on it, but now I know that they'll emphasize it, and I even know that the players understand they can't do that.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a matter of.
As a coach, though, you
Boxing
feel like
out.
you have to tell them.
Oh,
You still have to let them know
most
about
definitely.
it, even if it means kicking a garbage can 3 or 4 feet
yeah.
across the floor or whatever. You have to let them know.
That's right.
But, you know, at the same time, you have to focus on the positives and for them to, you know, just to come out and that was an odd collision there. He seemed to might have lowered his head a little bit.
Well, Landon was set up for the charge and kind of moved right there at the end, where if he would have just stood his ground, I think he'd have been in great defensive
They
position.
put you out of a football game over that one.
Right there, called targeting.
Yeah.
Minute and a half to go.
So I think, like assessment-wise, what we were talking about, obviously they've been aggressive enough on offense. I'm sure that Coach Gray would like to, as Farmer hits the three right into my point, he's probably going to like to see a little bit more balanced scoring, you know, across the team. But, you know, sometimes it just happens that way, and it's just a guy's night, you know.
That's right.
And the test for the team is that they can, you know, keep a good attitude and play as a team and let that guy have his night. As we got another turnover and a layup here. But when it's that guy's night, you know, you just rally behind him and let it be his night, because, you know, the next game might be your night, you know.
That's right.
So, and I think this team's got the capability of several guys that could be getting, you know, their night at any given time.
No, there's no doubt about it. You know, we've seen what all these guys can do. Trey Farmer's as good a shooter as they are in the 13th region. When he gets hot, he's going to knock them down. You've got Abner last year in WYMT, 20 points in the very first half of a ball game over there. Robinson's just Robinson. He's just, you know, one of those elite players that.
You know, and that's the thing, too, that I think, you know, these guys have played with each other. And you know, if they've got a good attitude with each other and they're able to keep that team concept, you know, intact, then they've got the, you know, the capabilities to be a special team. You know, so they gotta be willing to, you know, sacrifice on any given night for their teammates. But I'm sure that those blockout situations of giving up those offensive rebounds is something that, you know, you get against a team that's got a really strong inside presence, and they're going to eat you lunch, you know, with that. They've just really found a way to get to the rim pretty frequent. So we're down to 15 seconds, 15.9. I guess it's closer to 16, but Tigers lead at 79-66, and we have just a few more ticks to go in this game. We may pause momentarily at the end of the game and get some stats together for you, share some scoring and different things with you. But we want to thank everybody for joining us on the Southeast Kentucky Network for tonight's season opener for the Clay County Tigers, as they are going to go on to win this one against the Leslie County Eagles. And once again, we realize that our live stream quality has been suspect, to say the least, and we are working to get this. We're recording it into high definition, and that'll be posted later. So if that high def, you know, I guess uninterrupted thing is what you're looking for, then we'll have that for you a little bit later on. You have to watch the delay.
Right, the delayed telecast. Of course, we'll have it on Cats TV, which is on Channel 11 of Houses Cable here in Manchester, and Channel 209 of PRTC, and then the customers at C&W Cable. Mr. Brent Williams, can't appreciate him enough for allowing me to bring broadcast and our church services and all the things that we do here in Clay County. And, you know, he feeds a lot of the people over in the Burning Springs area, and that's on Channel 60. So these games that we do live stream are being recorded, and we will get them on television. Be able to, you know, everybody have an opportunity to view them several times.
So it looks like that Clay County is going to open up the season 1-0, and Leslie is going to fall to 2-2 on the season. And I guess the Tigers will be back in action tomorrow night at home versus the Corbin Red Hound. We do want to remind everyone that the game attendance is very limited. They have so many, I don't know what you call it, a pass or a voucher or whatever for the players' families to get in, as Leslie just knocks another 3 down to kind of close the gap a little bit here at the end. But the Tigers going to hold on there, and you know, for a season opener, 81 points and scoring like they did in that first quarter, you have to go away from that with a pretty positive feeling. But you've also got some things to work on, and that's what each game's about. You gotta learn. You gotta learn from your mistakes. And I saw something a little bit earlier there, Ed. I think it said lessons. I'm trying to remember exactly how this quote went, but it said something like lessons will repeat over and over and over until they're learned.
That's
and so until you've learned your lesson, you're just going to keep making the same mistakes over and over and over.
I agree.
But
overall, you know, I mean, it wasn't a great outing by Clay County, but, you know, first game of the new season, and, you know, I thought our offense looked pretty good. rebounding was where we got killed. It just really was, and
Yeah.
we let them sit there and drive by several times, stood flat-footed, and let them get to the rim. Never got in position to get defensive rebounds. So those are things that you got. I mean, just have to clean up.
Right.
Uh,
You know what? I was thinking about something. I don't even know. Do they allow? I'd say they don't allow these coaches to come in and scout these games, do they?
I
I hadn't
don't think
thought
so.
of it.
But with the way that everybody has huddle accounts now
And stuff like this.
they're more willing to share with each other, and
Yeah.
there's, as they say, there's no hiding from each other now, or that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, I guess.
still, coaches do like to get and see it in person.
And, yeah. So you get a kind of a feel for what that team's like.
Right.
There's a lot of things that you can see between players, the way they communicate. Even, when we scouted, when I coached, we would watch the bench a lot. We'd watch how players reacted in certain scenarios. When things weren't going their way, did it frustrate them when they went to the bench and things like that. So, and we would use things to our advantage.
Right.
So we scouted everything, not just the way they played on the floor, but the way they communicated with each other or lack thereof and that sort of thing. So, and that was one of the things I saw tonight. I didn't really pick up on a whole lot of frustration from players towards each other on our team. So I think they've got a pretty decent attitude with each other, and that's a good one. So we're going to wrap it up. I guess sometime here before the girls' game, we'll try to maybe come back and fill you in on some of the stats there from the boys' game. But for the time being, we're going to go into standby or sign off here on the Southeast Kentucky Network, and we thank you for being with us.